Our lesson today is by Shreya, and she's talking about the ending of the book. Now, think about it. The ending is when people actually draw their conclusion. If I got to the end of the book and something great happened to me or a certain memory came into my mind, I will recommend the book to other people. I'll definitely buy it because it's something very special. Like it's a wonderful memory. For sure, I will want to read another book that same author wrote. So in the following lesson, you will see that the ending of the book doesn't happen on the last moment. In order to get to the right ending, you need to think about how do you develop the character, how much information do you put there, trying not to repeat yourself, and surprising people with the end. That's always the magic trick. It can be funny, sad, romantic, doesn't really matter, but the end should be unique and special. So extremely important lesson. I learned so much viewing it, and I highly recommend it. The ending starts with the first word, and every time you write something, every time you add a twist to the story, you always think about your end. It doesn't mean you have to know the end when you start writing, not at all. But you should always try to think about it, and then the eureka moment, the special twist will come up. And of course, you can do it by reading the book to other people and see what they think about it. So enjoy this lesson. It's really, really wonderful.
Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to make this video and share my book writing experience with all of you. Before we proceed, I would like to thank MeBooks for providing a platform to young authors. My name is Shreya Sharma, I'm 8 years old and I'm currently taking grade 3 final exams at Mirza Modi School Jaipur. Reading is my favorite hobby. I have read many books of Roald Dahl and Ruskin Bond. I am currently reading books written by Annie Britton and Sudha Mukti. I like playing keyboard in my free time. So let me introduce you to my book, Pitter Patter and the Tiger. It is loosely based on a folk tale that was once told to me by my granny in a regional language. I have improvised it and made several additions and deletions to it to make the story wholesome and likable for the readers. So, in brief, my book is a story about a beautiful village named Zozila and how the villagers lived in fear of a ferocious tiger named Ugrup. And the story has an unexpected, happy, and hilarious end when a confusion struck between the old granny Rukmani, washerman Bhondu, and his donkey Tambo got rid of Ugra, the cruel tiger of Zozila. So, I'm taking up a very important aspect of writing, that is defining the end. I have observed that my mom reads a lot and she happens to discuss the endings with her friends and my father. I have observed that a good end improves her overall reading experience and she has a sense of satisfaction that the overall reading journey has been satisfactory because of a suitable ending. So let me try and tell you how to define an end of a story. According to my understanding, it is where a reader reaches a place where all the problems that happened in the build up of the story are completely resolved and the readers are informed about the final fate of all the characters. So what I have done is during the next few minutes, I shall be partially reading and explaining my thoughts and reading through the slides I prepared to share with you. Lest I forget something, so bear with me while I share the scene with you. So here it goes. Why is defining the end an important aspect of writing? Let us take it pointwise. First, always remember that a reader has read the whole book to reach the final place, which is ending, and would expect that the story has been wrapped up properly. So, never stretch a conclusion. Keep it sweet and sharp, like my mom explained to me. Because she says, book is like a meal. Winding it up with a sweet dish will always be a good memory. Second, never ever hurry and don't complicate the ending. Give a small closure to all the characters. Third, don't bring up a new topic in conclusion. Remember, if someone reached the conclusion of a book and they have loved the journey so far, now give them a beautiful valley view so that it always remains with them. So, now let's discuss how can one improve their book writing journey by choosing the correct method of writing. According to me, there is no perfect method of writing, as a book is an output of our imaginary world. And if we all think in our own languages, but yes, there are a few things that can help us. A good story doesn't ever need big and difficult words to make it perfect. One can use simple vocabulary to write a perfect book. But then always check your grammar and never overdo anything. Let everything be balanced. Give your entire story characters equal introduction and keep things short. Don't go about repeating the things as it makes a book boring. Read a lot, speak to people around you, try and pick plots from daily life like I did when I chose to make my granny's story more elaborate and give it a funny ending. Make an outline, choose your characters wisely. Give them names and description that suit them. Like I named my tiger Ugra, which is a Hindi word for ferocious, and the donkey Dumbo, and so on. So there are a few other points I want to add here based on my book writing experience. I believe when you write a story, we need an understanding of all our characters and that all of them are well defined and connected during the story build-up. Each plays a significant part in the story's plot, and all of the conclusion has to remain with the reader when he finishes the book, so add mystery, fear, fun, all if necessary, but don't overdo. Like in my case, I hope the readers will never forget the stupid tiger that was thrashed by a human. So, let us discuss how following this small step will make a difference in our book. Like a typical story, I could have given an end where the bad character gets killed, but would that be new? Would my reader remember it? No, they won't, as it's like rereading a predictable ending. But when I twisted the ending to add a hilarious element, it changed the whole scenario. Like none of my characters knew about the whereabouts of the other, which created a funny mystery. An old lady repeating, "Not the tiger, not the gator, I'm scared of the pitter patter." And pitter patter resembles a sound of the raindrops through a broken roof. But the tiger took it to be some monstrous devil. And at the same point in time, a washerman came looking for the donkey in a dark, stormy night and thrashed the tiger, mistaking him for his donkey. And the tiger thought he was attacked by the devil Pitter Patter and forever ran from Zozilla. Examples. So let's take my book story should connect with the reader. Like I had stuck to the original version wherein the tiger is killed by the villagers. It would have meant to the readers like any other book. But at my age, I have read Wall, Ruskin, Enid, and if you will observe their books with a crisp and well-defined and have a large fan following. So I would like to conclude by saying a very important aspect of writing. Writing is an ongoing process. You shall make mistakes and correct them. Never judge your writing by comparing it to others. Don't use voluminous words or a story to make a good book. Never be embarrassed of getting a second opinion and seek help. Like I asked my parents which type of stories they liked when they were kids. They told me they liked the stories that in the end where the evil was defeated and killed. But when I told my own version, they found it more new and attractive. We'll wind up the session by quoting William Faulkner. If a story isn't new, it has to be out. What platform to do than it rebooks? So friends, this is Shreya signing off. Keep writing and enjoy your journey.